There we go. You need to get the important text up here, because without this, you don't know, right? You don't know that the stream is starting soon, as opposed to already having started. I think I need to turn the soundtrack up a little bit. This is the Alien Isolation soundtrack. Since I was just playing it, it seems somehow appropriate. We'll give people a minute to get here, and then we will get started. Dudes, I own Deep Rock Galactic. I had no idea. I'm gonna hit the button to install that. It's not even that big. It is New Comic Book Day, my dudes, Mr. Ninja Weasel. Hey, that reminds me, is your address still the same, man? Oh, I don't have my book up here, my notebook with your address in it. Is your address still the same? Like, just I guess I should just message you offline so we're not communicating in front of the whole world. But here I am, asking the whole world. Rocket so yeah, I got it. I'm installing it right now, man. I didn't even know I owned this thing. I got to definitely try this out. I was looking for something in particular. Yeah, I was asking. It's a yes or no question. It's great. Now I'm banned off YouTube. We ain't even started the stream yet, and he's already got me banned. That son of a gun. Man. Yeah, I was just looking for something, and I just happened to scroll by, and I saw I own Deep Rock Galactic, which is apparently tagged with horror for some reason. Don't know why. Okay. That's all queued up and ready to roll. So let me go ahead and clear some space off here. Ignore the fact that I haven't read anything. Ignore it. I plead with you. I beg you, please, sir. Please do not notice that these are all the same books that were here when we got done with the last New Comic Book Day stream. Except for that, that's new. We'll talk about that in a second, I guess. Although you might have seen the unboxing video that went up, what, yesterday, last night? Something like that. Wow, that book is falling apart. It just shed paper as I was moving it. And then the book's just committed suicide. Oh, he lives in Anywhere, USA? Bro, I know where that is. That's just a couple towns over. From somewhere else. Hey, yo. Alright, let's get this turned on. Dude, those ancient books that are in bad shape, they've just shed little paper flakes everywhere. There we go. What's up, XLG? You doing okay? Having a good Wednesday, I hope? It was, like, super stormy. Like, there was a major... Here, let's turn the stream starting soon off, because we're just about ready. Boop. Okay, that looks like the right address. All right, cool. It was super stormy. Like, it was kind of overcast for a lot of the day, but the sun was out. But on my way to the comic book store, man, that changed. We got this gigantic thunderstorm. It must have killed the power at the intersection of, what are those roads? Let's see, the one is Stoughton. They don't know how to pronounce Stoughton. It's S-T-O-U-G-H-T-O-N. That should be Stoughton. Instead, it's Stoughton. So at the intersection, I think it was Stoughton and Flom. I don't know who would name a road Flom, but they chose. They actively chose to do that up here. Like, I don't know, man. I wonder about these people sometimes. I worry about these people sometimes. So, the ride was dark and stormy. There was thunderstorms, enough rain you could hardly see outside. Kind of crazy. You know, I get out of the car to go into the store, and me and my little Totoro bag here, we're like juking and jiving to dodge the rain. Come out of the store, got to do the same thing, man. Got to do the dance. So this came in the mail yesterday. Jawbreakers Forever, which I think is like 2 years overdue at this point. I don't even remember who any of these characters... Oh, wait. No, I take that back. That's Cuffs. I remember that guy. And then there's a ninja in the team somewhere. His name is Knife Hands. That might be him back here. And he can cut things with his knife hands. Does it have an intersection with Verf? Yeah, you're thinking about their Verf and the Flamen, yeah. No, it's Flom. P-F-L-A-U-M, not Flom like F-L-A-M-M. It's not Flamen. But I guess, you know, it probably has a intersection with Verf somewhere. Was I careful? Careful enough? I made it home, right? It was like, the intersection at Flom and Stoughton, like, the intersection lights were just set to flashing reds. So I don't know if like one of the many gigantic bolts of lightning that was sounded like cannon fire took out the control box or something, but that was weird. So yeah, if you want to see me unbox this thing and flip through it a little bit, you can check out yesterday's unboxing video for Jawbreakers Forever. I totally lost all my hype for this because it's so late, but I think it cost me like all of $5. It was what they call a loss leader. And you can see it's a square-bound book, pretty chunky. Pretty chunk. Now, of course, you came into the stream a few minutes ago, so you were like, Eliza Bar has been communicating with Ninja Weasel for one very good reason. When I was at the store, I picked up something for him. I would have picked this up for the former Game Hunter 09, but nobody has his actual address, so I can't mail these to him. So, instead, I'm going to give them to the primo Stepan Sejic. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name is Stepan. Sejic fan, Mr. Ninja Weasel. Because, like, the first couple issues of Justice League Odyssey were illustrated by Stepan Sejic. And, you know, I'm going to look up how to pronounce his name. Explain to you lost leaders? No. Not while I'm talking about Stepan Sejic, okay? Like, you just know. Is there like, can I click in here to his YouTube, or not YouTube, his, no, his Wikipedia page. There's not like a button I can click to see how his name is pronounced. Hold on, if we go to translate.google.com, what do we get? Oh, hey, there's Deep Rock Galactic finished installing. Translate from Croatian, yeah, into, I don't know. Are these real words? Yeah, translate from Croatian to English. Stepan Sejic. All right, what's it pronounced like?
Stepan Sejic.
Sej? It's not Sejic?
Stepan Sejic.
If this is correct, my mind has been exploded. So I got the Stepan right.
Stepan Sejic.
Stepan.
Stepan Sejic.
Shage. Oh my lord, I never would have guessed that from the way it's written in Latin characters.
Степан Шейч.
Anyway, Justice League Odyssey came out a few years ago, like what, 2018, 2019? Something like that. It took place after Metal, and in the aftermath of the Metal event, the sector of space got kind of cut off, called the Ghost Sector. So, Cyclops, Starfire, they stole Brainiac's ship, Azrael hitchhiked aboard it, and then Jessica Cruz went chasing after them because they're going to the place where you're not supposed to go. And, it's really good looking, man. The artist has a definite eye for pulling your visuals to the things that matter. Can I get a... I know exactly where I want to show for an example of that. Here we go. So, right here, big Shikari monster, got lots of cool detail. Starfire's in front of it. Now, she already is, compared to some of the other ones, her costume is a little simpler. She doesn't have as much texturing as Cyborg does on his armor or Azrael has on his. But you're looking at the big scary maw over here, so she gets a lot less detail put on her body at that time. It's like Shajik? Shajik. Man, it looks like it should be pronounced Sejik. Shajik. This is so hard.
Степан Шейч. Степан Шейч.
This is never going to work out. But he's got a great eye for, like, knowing what to paint in a lot of detail. Like, obviously people's chests, their faces, but when you start getting down to, like, the limbs and stuff, nobody really looks down at people's boots unless it's being drawn by Rob Liefeld, in which case that's the only thing people want to see, because he refuses to draw them. Let's see. There was one panel in here somewhere that had a... might be in the next issue. It had Azrael, and it's a perfect illustration of that. No, I take it back. It must not be in this book. Was it an episode or issue 1? Man, there's some great use of, like, color and stuff in this book. There's lots of great looking stuff in here. Now, a lot of this story never really made a whole lot of sense, but it was still pretty cool. I mean, look at Azrael down here, you know? He's just a guy with a flaming sword. Yeah, he's gonna go punch Darkseid. Bravo. Actually, I guess Darkseid's a pretty good example of what I'm talking about. Look at the detail. Face, chest, down to his waist, and then you get to the boots. And everything gets a lot simpler, because you're not really looking down there. Where are you looking? You're looking here. There's this flame sword that draws the eye. You're looking at the blasts. You're looking at her. And you're looking at Darkseid here, just casually deflecting all of this. Yeah, that Green Lantern is Jessica Cruz. God bless him, he's got the spirit. Yeah. You know, as from the Order of Saint whatever, Dumas, right? Like, he's made to fight evil. Well, what's more evil than that? You know, so cheers, clink. Ah, refreshing. Raw frickin' freshing. Excuse me. So anyway, I got a million Geminis around here, so I'll like package these up and send them to you, man. The other book... Oh, we didn't do the thing. We didn't do the spiel. I do my comic book shopping at Graham Cracker Comics. When you go to a Graham Cracker Comics on a Wednesday, you get not one, not two, but 3 books for free out of the dollar bin, which used to be the 75-cent bin, which used to be the 50-cent bin. Inflation is killing us all. There, we did it. The 3rd book I got for free is a Malibu book. And I know I've seen this character in other Malibu books, but I don't really remember anything about him. Gravestone. Not to be confused with the Freedom Force character Nathan Graves. Hold on, can we pull that up? Can I pull that up real quick? What was that character's name? Was it Tombstone? Yeah, Nathan Graves, Tombstone. All right, this is probably going to get me in copyright trouble, but we're doing it anyway. XLG, I can't hear what you're saying over the sound of the Alien Isolation soundtrack. Sorry. All right, let's full screen this. I eat this up. I basically did make that character in City of Heroes. Dark dual pistols or something.
This day to die, although his heart still pumps at a regular rate. Nathan Graves is
dead.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
Dead since the day 1 year ago when Nathan Graves' world came
crashing down. Oh no.
Oh, Nathan, I hate it so when you leave in the morning. Patriot City is so big and dangerous. I feel like every time you leave, I may never see you again.
There, Buttercup. Nothing's gonna happen to me.
You promise?
You promise.
Cross my heart
And hope to
Nathan Graves,
don't you finish that.
Yeah, finish that sentence.
Mm-hmm. I eat these intros up with a spoon, man. I understand some people don't like them, but I love them.
There's our new neighbor, Bill.
I don't like the way he looks at me.
With a girl as beautiful as you, who in their right mind wouldn't look?
Later that night.
That's strange. Jenny never leaves the door open. Jenny, are you? Jenny! My God, no! No! Who could have done this? Who could have
done it indeed?
Nathan Graves says nothing as the police take him away. He says nothing as the gun is found. He says nothing when he is told his
Now look in the background, right? This guy's Tombstone, right? He's on death row. He's walking to his execution. What's behind him? A freaking skull face.
are on the pistol's hand grip. He says nothing as they come for him on this cold, cold morning. He says nothing as they strap him into the electric chair. And when they ask Nathan Graves if he has any last words,
he says nothing.
Nothing.
Excuse me, that's my seat. Right up front.
Nathan sees the face of Bill, his neighbor and the man who called the police on that fateful night 1 year ago.
Bill.
And on that face, he sees a bitter smile.
He's always lurking around. I don't like the way he looks at me.
Good God, can it be?
But his words are muffled by the rough fabric of the execution hood.
Oh no.
Stop the execution! It's him! He killed my darling!
Good grief! Some kind of strange energy is at the circuit breaker. It's surging into the prisoner.
Not strange energy. Could it be Energy X?
You. The innocent die while the guilty laugh. Who's laughing now? Why? Why did you kill her?
Bullets going right through him as if he wasn't there.
The power of the grave compels you. Why did you kill her?
I didn't. Yes, I killed her. When I tried to kiss her, she pushed me away and said she was gonna tell you when you got home. Now get your cold hands off me, freak!
Run, fools. Tell the wicked their lies shall be brought into the light. For where Nathan Graves once stood, only
Tombstone remains. Ah, man. I love that stuff. Freedom Force is like, it captures that 1960s into 70s super campy comic stuff really well. So anyway, I see Gravestone here, and, I'm just thinking Nathan Graves. I know he's got nothing to do with the character, but he says nothing. So yeah, I have no idea what to expect in this book. Aside from some really crazy panels, holy moly. Look at some of this stuff. Enough noise. Come to us and know us better. Ugh.
Gravestone, you dare! Crawl back to your sewers, Bog, or face me and die.
Looks like he chose the face me and die approach.
Let us embrace it last. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
You may as well start screaming now. We're quite used to it. Keep back! Stop it! You're killing him! You know, I also like villains that are just completely stupid, like, hold on, let's get a picture Comatorium up here. Like Comatorium. Who's got like 3 whole sentences of dialogue in City of Villains, or actually City Heroes. Plutonium or nerve gas, which will kill the most filthy humans. Like, that's it. Like, that's what he rolls with. That's how he rolls. That's why his name is Comatorium. Oh, man. Here, let's hear about how to pronounce that Sejic name.
Степан Шеич. Степан Шеич.
I'm never getting that. Never, ever getting that. Oh, man. Thank you for joining me from my absolute silliness. That was the free stuff, man. That was the free stuff right there. Now, surprisingly, much to my surprise, I actually bought 4 books today. I thought I was only expecting 3. But one of them passed undetected. It's a Ghost Machine book. I signed up for all this stuff. Hyde Street, which I still got to read, Hyde Street #1, which is like their horror thing, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but I opened it up to, well, somebody dead at a little kid's birthday party. That's kind of a weird thing to just open a book up to. Like, I guess those cupcakes were just a little too much. Yeah, not really sure what to expect from this. I mean, for a new you, you know what? Like, for a new you, that's just kind of reminded me of The Substance, which, I think my watch of The Substance is why XLG is, like, so hype about me typing while I watch Alien Romulus, which I do believe is still on for tonight, so, you know, hopefully we can live up to all of XLG's dreams in that regard. I hope it's better than Covenant, because Covenant did not do a whole heck of a lot for me. Covenant actively, like, maybe not like the movie at all. I'm not sure we needed, like, I guess the most important thing is, I'm not sure we actually needed an explanation for the alien's origin. So Prometheus and Covenant, back to back, exploring that, kind of is just kind of like, why? I think Prometheus on its own was a good enough explanation of that. And Covenant was just kind of like gilding the lily, like it really didn't need it. Yeah, this is totally giving me The Substance vibes. Which we probably can't play the trailer on stream, because that'll probably get us in trouble. But I was hoping we could see her. Oh, perfect. Yeah, let me mute this. Oh, you cut away before we could see her, like, in her workout gear? Really? Oh, perfect. Ah, you won't... Man, this trailer's killing me here. There we go. That'll do. Like, I definitely am getting, like, the same kind of vibes, right? You know, that 80s looking workout stuff. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Substance was a weird movie. I don't know that I can actually recommend it to anybody. But I enjoyed it immensely. The first 2/3 of it or so is this really intense psychological thriller and drama. And right up until it goes full gonzo, it's just like a straightforward wow kind of horror experience. Then it goes completely gonzo, and Lloyd Kaufman would be very proud. And now you're like, who's Lloyd Kaufman? This guy made all kinds of really bad, low-budget movies for Troma. And, you know, I got a soft spot for some of these movies, man. The Toxic Avenger's a hoot. I have a real big soft spot for probably one of the worst movies ever made, Sergeant Kabuki Man. Is it even in the list? Down here, if I scroll down enough, we're going to see it. You remember, like, 1990? There was actually a Toxic Avengers cartoon on television. No, you don't remember that? There was. There was. It was actually a really fun cartoon. But yeah, I have this big soft spot for this movie, and it is terrible, but I love it anyway. Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD. This character shows up in Toxic Avenger 4, too. Which came out not that long ago, did it? Oh, was he not the director? Was he only the producer on that? I swear there was a Toxic Avenger 4, like, 2015? And I don't see it. Alright, I must have hallucinated that. Wait, what if I come in here? Right, what if I come into Toxic Avenger and we scroll down? Yeah, now we're talking. Oh yeah, there was the freaking video game. I forgot about that. Citizen Toxie, that's what I was looking for. I thought it came out later than this. Dude, I thought it was later than this. That's my bad. If I remember right, like, Sergeant Kabuki Man shows up in this. It's like a love letter of all the bad stuff that they ever made. Yeah, I think that's Sergeant Kabuki Man right there, isn't it? Kaczynski? Anyway, sorry, not to derail us completely, but we're still kind of on topic because this is a dark and stormy stream or night or whatever I said. What a hoot, man. These movies are so terrible. Ninja Weasel might remember this cartoon. But, like, life in the late 80s, early 90s was crazy, man. Because, like it says, there was a Rambo cartoon, a RoboCop cartoon, Police Academy had a cartoon, Swamp Thing had a cartoon. I don't remember Swamp Thing having a cartoon, but apparently it did, because it's right here. Did I watch this? Oh, it didn't get that many episodes, so that's probably why I don't remember it. But, like, you could take, like, an R-rated movie, you know? Like, you could have, like, Aliens, the cartoon. I'm surprised that didn't actually happen. I'm surprised Aliens, the animated series, was not a thing that existed. Bro. I only vaguely remember this. I don't think this came on Fox. I think this came on some other channel. Yeah, let me click away for a second. I'm going to pull up like one of my favorite cartoons since I'm on this kick. This right here. As a Christmas present one year, I was gifted a bootleg DVD set of Exo Squad. One of my favorite things. It was fan-frickin-tastic. This came on, let's see. That would have been Big 58, I think, in Louisville, Kentucky. This is where I watched this when it first ran. I got a bunch of Exo Squad, their toy line actually like crossed over with Robotech. So I got like a bunch of Battletech mechs from the Exo Squad toy line somewhere down in my basement, which is wild. This was an awesome show. It's basically World War II in space with robots and spaceships. How can you go wrong, man? And I think just about everybody in the voice cast was like cast perfectly. Like, I have no complaints about anything. The pacing was great. It teased just enough adult stuff. Commander Marcus, or Admiral Marcus, or whatever his name was, he went out like a champ. It showed how people can have good intentions, and then you can have good intentions but make the wrong choices. Stuff like that. It was very grown up, even though it was a freaking cartoon. Yep. And then we ended on a cliffhanger. We ended on a freaking cliffhanger. But before a lot of television shows, I mean, there was like Twin Peaks and stuff that had like 17 different plot threads going at any given time, up until they finally revealed who killed Laura Palmer, which kind of was the death of Twin Peaks. A lot of TV shows, especially children's TV, didn't really do mature storytelling with multiple plot threads going at a time. Like, if you take a lot of the contemporaries of Exo Squad, which would have been stuff like Ninja Turtles. Well, I guess that's a little earlier than this, but like the Ninja Turtles cartoon, Pirates of Darkwater. Maybe you got one overarching thread. Like Pirates of Darkwater had one story idea that kind of guided the whole thing. In Exo Squad, you got this overarching thread, and then every character has their own arc that they're progressing through the entire story. Really great stuff. Anyway, I digress. We should probably get back to talking about comic books, because that's what we're here to talk about. Oh, whoa. There were Exo Squad comics. I have just scrolled down enough to see this. I guess I know what I'm collecting. Oh, I forgot to tell you, learned that Reikland's behest, that Stella and Mr. Alternate Visuals are playing Phasmo for Halloween tonight. Okay, well, that's nice. Good for them. Character development is great, also high. Well, hello. Anyway, let's get off of that kick that started with me comparing like this to The Substance. Weird movie. There's actually another movie that I expected The Substance to be more like. Hold on, I think I was telling Rob about this. Where was that at? Hold on, there's another movie. Aha, here we go. Wow, that was all the way back in June? Yeah, here we go. This, before I actually watched The Substance, I thought this was like what The Substance was going to be like. I haven't seen this movie, but like the description of it kind of sounded like what I expected, and then I got nothing like this at all, really. The residents of Pebbles Court in the suburb of Holmesville in Melbourne are the unknowing test subjects for a new variety of dietary supplement pills that arrive for free in their mailboxes, designed to produce the ultimate healthy human, but have unexpected side effects. Like, that's what I was expecting, man. I was expecting, like, people to become, like, this is the brain noodles escaping him right there. Good old brain noodles. Everybody likes and that's like the DVD cover. Like, how can you put that on the cover of a DVD on the store shelf? I don't know. I kind of don't want to watch Body Melt, because if it's literally just a gore fest of like, yeah, Video Review wrote, with over 150 ways to melt your body, it's one of the most innovative and versatile horror films ever. That doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Alright, let's see. Put you like over here. That way when the flap goes up, yeah, see, there we go. Although, speaking of things where people, yeah, the brain noodles. Speaking of things where people do get melted, Like issue 1 of volume 1 of Sweetie Candy Vigilante, she melted somebody with pixie sticks. So that's what we got going on in this book. Or how would you like your Swedish fish to come and try to eat you because you're evil? I don't know why I like this so much, but somebody out there who runs the band Osaka Popstar. I don't want to accidentally let you go download The Land of Hatchy Malachi because you didn't buy this book. So we'll put a sticky note over that. But like whoever runs like this band, like they have made a comic book that I am literally the only person in the world that could possibly be the target audience for. Like they did it. Metal as bleep. Oh, look at that. Some swearing right there. That's how you know this is serious business. I forget which that record label is run by one of the classic punk bands, and I'm forgetting which ones. Which ones? What, suddenly one band is now plural? I guess so. Yeah, whatever. Starfire is not big, and Wonder Woman is only big sometimes. And Big Barda is supposed to be big and ugly, but she's rarely depicted as actually ugly. Really though, shouldn't you be thinking like Giganta? She literally is gigantic. It's right there in the name. Anyway, in Sweetie Candy Vigilante, she's got like magic candy. And she hangs out with like Hansel and Gretel, living gummy bears, the Candy Wolf, or whatever his name is up here. Like this whole setting is just completely cracked out, and it's supposed to just be New York City. Like it's New York City, except all the bad things are replaced by candy, which then melt you. But only if you're evil. But only if you're evil. I saw this was the villain they introduced at the end of the last issue, if I remember right. Instead of bees, he's like an Asian murder hornet controlling guy. You know, so candy, they make use honey to make candy, right? So his bees are here, clearly to take care of the candy. That's right, Mr. Murder Hornet. Of all the things that somebody could have as like their control, it has to be murder hornets. Even in BioShock, when you like turn your hand into like a bug hive, you don't shoot murder hornets, it's just like regular wasps. Because even the deranged mad scientists in Rapture could not conceive of something as evil as the Asian murder hornet. So this book is just totally insane, and I really can't describe it without just like gushing about it for hours. So we're going to move on with our lives to a book I'm not actually going to open up. We're just going to slap it down. So I am a year or so behind in reading these Dune comics, and I got to pick all this back up. Gnats would be diabolical, but only annoying. The gnats aren't going to be running around trying to kill, trying to take care of business. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I just had to take care of something. Here, I saw this on Blue Sky. We're gonna click away because we're not opening this up, man. I don't want to spoil this. I haven't read the Dune prequel books, so this is all kind of uncharted material for me. So we're instead going to click over to that. I follow this artist on Twitter and on Blue Sky, and all those comics are cute. You know, you read that and you're expecting, like, I may be dumb, but, right? But there is no but. Just, I may be dumb. I feel you, little Shork. I feel you. Sometimes I definitely feel that way. How can you ask that question, XLG? Do you not understand? Do you not know anything about the Dune background? Okay. So a loss leader is what a store uses to get you in the store. So you go, oh boy, I'd really like one of those $5 rotisserie chickens, or I would like the $1.50 hot dog and drink combo from Costco. Well, you know what? You go in there for your $1.50 hot dog and drink combo, and you're leaving with a $1,200 television. Was that hot dog worth it to you? It just cost you $1,000. That's a loss leader. Thank you. So in Dune, they use After Christ because they are literally Catholic, XLG. Everybody in the Dune universe is Catholic. Every single person. Now, it's a different kind of Catholicism because at some point they all rolled together and they were like, boy, wouldn't it be really great if we all had the same religion? And so they were like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Great. So everybody got together and they wrote the Orange Catholic Bible. So when the random Fremen is over here talking about, the Holy War, they're worshiping the same, they're following the same religion as the Emperor is, as the Harkonnens are, as the Atreides are, as random peasant on Seleucus Secundus that has to mop the prison floor is. They're all Orange Catholics. It's the fundamental foundation of the Dune universe. And what does Stardate even mean? Like, Star Trek doesn't even know what Stardate means. Star Trek made that crap up. Kind of like how back in the original series you go to like Warp 99 and escape through the galactic barrier to the exterior universe or whatever. Did you never read the Dune Encyclopedia? Which was really great because it described, the Dune Encyclopedia described like Earth history in terms of absolutely hilarious things. Like instead of America and Britain being at war with Germany for World War II, it was House Roosevelt, House something or other, and I forget what the Germans were, at war with each other. Now, the Dune Encyclopedia these days is non-canon. I don't know that it ever actually was canonical. But this was a great book, man. I got a copy of this and I read the entire thing cover to cover. It had a lot of stuff in it. But like, one of the key things of the Dune universe is everybody follows the same, essentially the same religion. Now, of course, there are local variations of it because the Bene Gesserit and other people manipulate it for their own purposes. But it all harkens back to the same, like, original biblical text. How Schnitzel, probably. No, this was not a lost leader at the comic store. This was a lost leader on a Indiegogo campaign. So it was like $5, and that I think that even included shipping. Like, this book is essentially free. Because the idea was that, oh, somebody reads this, and then they go, boy, I'd really like to read the 7 other comics being sold here. And so they would buy the 7 other comics, which are $20 each. Like, that was the whole plan with Jawbreakers Forever. Which clearly didn't work on me, because I only have the one. And of course, the Dune universe also had like a bunch of other crazy stuff, like if you take the prequels, like what I read about them, like into account, then there's all the crazy stuff like, oh man, what about you know, the Titans, and how the Titans who were already automating everything with their minds, decided that automating things with their minds was too much work, and so they made AIs to do it, and then the AIs enslaved the Titans, which then enslaved everybody else, like, which then gave rise to the Butlerian Jihad, and yada yada. Good stuff. Good stuff. Besides, if anybody goes into like a fictional universe and they want dates to make sense, like, what's wrong with you? Hold on, can I find this real quick? Hold on. Ninja Weasel already knows what that was from the music. Anyway. Get to the, like, little intro scroll. Yeah. See, I much prefer it when your science fiction story has a date like this. And 2XXX AD. Like, nobody knows what day it is. Nobody knows what year it is. You know what? It doesn't matter one lick. Why? Because the aliens from Planet X are invading. See? Right there. Can't trust them, man. You can't trust those aliens from Planet X. So I really like it when stories do that, and they're just like, yeah, this takes place whenever. And then you just go have fun with the story, and you don't worry about it. Because as soon as you start trying to like lay out canonical timelines, things actually have to fit and make sense. And when they don't, people stop paying attention. You know, I've never read Ender's Game. I saw the movie. I saw the movie for Ender's Game. Harrison Ford, bunch of people I don't remember, right? That was okay. Just let it be known that were I in that situation, I would not turn into a wuss and stop from killing every last alien that I ran into. Because, like, what? There was, like, Speaker for the Dead, Xenocide, and stuff like that are sequels where he's like, oh no, I can't believe that I'm responsible for nuking the alien homeworld. Wimp. Imp. Yeah, you don't need 17 fan novels to attach the dates and space to, like Star Trek. Yeah, I mean, look. Stories are for having fun. And if your stories can be connected, great. But if they're going to be connected, you need to actually do it. And have the stories actually match up with each other. Have things flow from one story to the next in a logical way. And a lot of media doesn't know how to do that. Which is why you get things like reboots and sequels that just ignore everything that happened before. And it kind of wrecks the experience for people who came into it expecting things to be connected. Like, you know, what if, for example, that somebody was like, hey, Highlander made a lot of money. What if we got Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery together and we made a movie called Highlander 2? But instead of setting it in the 80s or the early 90s, we instead set it in like the year 2020 when the world has lost its ozone layer. And there's like another immortal out there who has like ascended to godhood and is controlling the entire planet, and they have to stop him. And Sean Connery is somehow back from the dead. And we don't try to explain any of this stuff. We just like time warp him, we're there. Like, wouldn't that suck? Wouldn't that movie be terrible? Like, just from what I'm describing to you? Don't you think, man, that's got to be terrible? And the answer is yeah. If that existed, if some deranged lunatic had made a movie called Highlander 2 and did that with it, they would be rightly laughed out of Hollywood. They should never work again. You know? Starring the Shockmaster. Hey, there you go. Poor Shockmaster. None of that stuff was his fault. None of that stuff was his fault, man. But, you know, like, let's say that somebody named Russell McKay directed that, and a guy named Peter Bellwood wrote a screenplay like that. You know, I think we would all be fully understanding if those people never had a job in Hollywood. Highlander could say, I've given up, start to age. You know, that would be pretty terrible, too. But they did eventually make a Highlander sequel. Yeah, see, Ninja Weasel, he just stole what I was about to say. I like the idea that Highlander 2 was so repellent, they just skipped right to 3. Exactly. Like, somebody thought about this, and then they just didn't do it. And so that's where we got Highlander 3, which is mostly kind of like a remake of the first movie. It's just got Mario Van Peebles instead of Clancy Brown, and it's got Mako instead of Sean Connery, but it's essentially like the same thing. Like, it's amazing how that worked. That's a weird franchise. Which I've seen every Highlander movie except for the animated one. What is that? The Search for Vengeance. I haven't seen that. That came out like right around the time, or right before I watched all the others. Yeah, it was right before. But I've seen like Highlander the Source. Oh my lord, why did I watch that? And hey, we can kind of tie this into yesterday's stream because Highlander had a TV series, which is an urban fantasy series. And what were we talking about for like 20 minutes? Lambert I can't even pronounce that. Yeah. Christopher Lambert's side story. Right? Because you meant Monogatari, not Monotagari? Whatever. But this wasn't like an urban fantasy show. It lasted a bunch of years. I remember one episode. I've watched like 5 episodes of this ever. And one of those was actually like, he casually mentioned like the character from another USA TV show at the same time called Renegade, which was a hoot. All right, let's Did you see Carnival, the HBO TV series with Clancy Brown? You're kind of surprised when I brought up the Highlander series. I thought about it, but you know, we were already pretty far down the rabbit hole, and I didn't want to keep going, man. I didn't want to keep going because I think I could have just talked about urban fantasy stories for like 27 hours straight, and those two guys would have they would have died of hunger and exhaustion by the time I shut up. At least I didn't like lure them into a BattleTech conversation this time when we were streaming. Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Did you see Carnival, the HBO TV series of Clancy Brown? I've seen like 2 episodes of Carnival. That was an okay show. I liked what I saw, but I didn't like it enough to go watch all of it. Well, there's only 24 episodes of it. So I guess before I commit to watching Carnival, since there are only 2 seasons, did it actually end at the end of the story? Or did it just end? Because a lot of television in the early 2000s, Jericho, a lot of other shows just kind of ended. And there was never a resolution for what was going on. And so anytime I look at a TV show from that series, from like the year 2000 to 2010, like that's kind of what I wonder right off the bat, is like, did the story actually end? Because if it didn't, if it was like the Kolchak, the Night Stalker remake, and it just kind of stops, like that just makes me mad. Know what I'm saying? They say when they wrap it all up and start new stuff during the episode. No, not Twin Peaks. You leave Twin Peaks out of this. Oh, they take the sweet time of the first season, then they kind of knew for the end of season 2 that they were getting canceled, and they kind of made it work. Okay. But what you just... Yeah, I mentioned Twin Peaks there, but like Babylon 5 was real bad about that. Because they thought they only had 4 seasons, and so they crammed almost the entire story into 4 seasons. And then they got a 5th season. And they just had to stretch. And stretch. And stretch a little bit more. And that was not so great. The 5th season of Babylon 5 is definitely the weakest. Well, the weakest of the TV show. We won't talk about like the other stuff, okay? We will not talk about spin-offs. Because I kind of have seen like all Babylon 5 media except for the animated movie from a couple years ago. And most of the stuff, the movies are okay. In the beginning, it's actually a little better than okay. Because it's got Londo Mollari narrating it. But like a lot of this stuff is just not really worth it. Here. This, not worth it. Don't subject yourself to it, man. I thought this was like a straight to DVD. Oh, it is straight to DVD. Okay. This is also not worth it. Don't subject... Well, one of them was worth it, because wasn't one of these... Didn't one of these have the replacement commander of the station? And they did a... Let's see. Yeah, okay, I actually did like this story. I actually like this one, so I take that back. This one was pretty fun. Ninja Weasel says, never not mad at Babylon 5 for killing his favorite character, even if he had the best of all possible deaths. Yeah, Marcus went out like a boss. He went out like a boss, dude. Oh, man. Actually, XLG, that doesn't start for a couple of minutes, but I should probably wrap this up because I got to do something before that does start. So you are not preventing me from getting to Alien Romulus. You are, however, preventing me from getting to the thing I got to do right before I watch Alien Romulus. So we've gone for just about an hour here. What? Oh, hey, let me ask you guys. Since this is Halloween-ish, right? What do you think about like picking the horror movie soundtrack? What do you think about the horror or the horror game soundtrack in the background? Like, you think Alien Isolation was a good choice for this? I'm going to explore like more games that I've played that I haven't gotten a copyright like hit for the music, and try to use those more often when I'm doing my streams over here. Because I think that might be kind of fun. Like if it's something I'm playing or played recently, then kind of putting it here, kind of tying the whole content experience together. Content, God, I hate that word. Was Sasha supposed to be sexy and empowered on the next generation? Yes to the latter, no to the former. That's how that is. So, because if you watch the episode that's about the planet she's from, being Smexy is interesting change from Katana Zero versus good, atmospherically adequate. If you go back to like the episode that explores the planet she's from, like being Smexy is the last thing on Tasha Yar's mind. But being empowered, showing that somebody from unfortunate circumstances can rise up to a position of authority and power regardless of gender, regardless of like physical force, physical strength. Yeah, definitely empowered. I actually really like Tasha Yar, and she went out terribly. Gene Roddenberry and everybody else involved with the first season of Star Trek should be ashamed. Not really for that, for a lot of other stuff in the first season, but like that okay, never mind, they should be ashamed for that too. Like, she just falls in black goo and dies. The end. What a way to go out. What a lame way to die, right? Alright, guys. I'm out like a route. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I did open up Redcoat before I laid it down, and I just saw him like in the hospital with Einstein. So, I don't know what's going on. We'll have to read it and find out. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. We're gonna do that thing where I put my thumb up and then mute the microphone and we sit here for like 15 seconds. That way you have plenty of time to go goodbye and then smack that like button. They red shirted a gold shirt and it was unacceptable. Unacceptable right there.